Sorry the video cut off. But I'd be really upset if he was doing that. That's why before I get married, I'm going to look at him and I'm going to see what he's doing and I'm going to see if he has a problem with it. You know, ladies, you should ask him, do you watch that? If you can't ask him to his face, text him and ask him. See his behavior and how he reacts. So you can know for sure he's not doing it. Stop taking yourself for granted. You know how much a woman's love and body is worth for a man to even have? And women just go around, I'm not talking about godly women, just women of the world, go around sleeping with whoever. Virtuous woman, her price is far above rubies. Think like it and act like it's true, because it is. It's okay for a woman to be confident in her value. We can be confident, but also be respectful of men. I mean, this is for men too, same thing. Men are valuable, godly men are valuable. You know, pornography is so destructive. There's this one story I had read. There was this woman, she married her husband, and he could only be with her if he looked at that stuff when they were together. It destroyed her. She didn't know this. Destroyed her. I don't want my sisters to be destroyed. The one of the callings God has on my life is a protector of women. To uplift my sisters, protect them, show them their worth, protect them from ungodly men. You know what Paul Washer said one time? He's a godly man. He was like, if you watch pornography, you haven't even reached the first rung of Christianity. You're on a pretty low level. I'm not saying maybe a man could fall to it and be at a high level. That's possible. I think he meant like if you live in it, if you do it a lot. That's what we have to understand. God's ways are like, you're single for him, that's it. He owns you. He owns your body. Your body's his temple. He's your husband. Then if you're married, that's it. That person owns your body too. So something like that, like the husband's body belongs to the wife's body belongs to the husband if you get married. But if you're not married, no one owns your body but Christ. You don't go and have sex with demons now. Very displeasing to God. You know, when the scripture talks about if your eye offends you, to pluck it out, or if your hand offends you, to cut it off. Because it's better for you to enter into life halt or maimed or blinded, I guess that's what it means, in one eye, rather than having 2 feet or 2 hands or 2 eyes. That it doesn't say 2 eyes, but than to be cast into everlasting fire. And it doesn't say it right here, but I just feel led to say it, where the flame is never quenched, where the worm dieth not. Jesus Christ described it like that. You know what that means? There's worms in hell. They don't die. They're all over people in there. And the fire never goes out. It's real hot. Have you guys ever been burned before? I used to go to baking school. I got burned on an oven one time. Or just in my, I think it was at baking school. In my house, I've gotten burned by an oven. It hurt pretty bad. Can you imagine what hell's like? That's what it says. If your eye offends you, cast it out. It doesn't mean, he's not saying literally blind yourself. He's saying spiritually. The same with pornography. If your eye, cast it out spiritually. Then he's telling you the horrors of hell. People got to take this for serious. People have to find pleasure in other things than this. It's an addiction. The demons, if you fed this thing, if you fed it long enough, the demons are going to go crazy when you start stopping. But you must stop and resist. And you have to understand that if you fed it to this level, the reason why it's so hard is because you fed it. And you got to just take the beating. You must love Jesus Christ enough to stop. Hopefully my ex stops, but he's a cheater, man. God's shown this to me. And I'll talk about it as much as I want after that man put me through hell. And God leads me to do it. God literally showed me he wanted me to shame him. It's a good lesson to people. What God will do for coming against his daughters. You think my ex ever thought this would happen? He thought it would be a secret. Men treating women badly, treating God's daughters badly, they think they're just going to get away with it. That's not how it works. Same with women. Women should treat men good too, not cheat. You see, lost women, they know there's something wrong with it. That men watch pornography when they're married. As if a woman should give her body to her husband or to a man while he's looking at other women. Complete worldliness, something that Satan has created. It makes people think is normal. That's not normal. So ladies, listen to what I say. Don't marry him. No matter how much you love him. If he loved you, he wouldn't do it. If he loved God, he wouldn't do it. You see? Marry a godly person. You gotta be equally yoked. You don't want to be with an ungodly person. You know, the biggest decision in your life is following Jesus Christ. Second decision, number 2, who you marry. Because they're either going to be a blessing or not a good thing for you if you marry the wrong one who's ungodly. There's a woman one time I read in a comment, she's like, I married my husband. I thought he was a godly man. Then he started beating me. You gotta learn the person before you ever get married. Addiction to pornography. Many will go to hell because of this. Adulterers will not inherit the kingdom. It's the narrow way. All right, love you guys. Bye.